Good morning, everybody. All right, this morning we are going to make felt snowman hats. All right, so I'm going to show you kind of an example. I really wanted to make this very versatile because so many people have different things that they want Santa hats for, and so this will kind of be the starting guidance to be able to get you guys to what you're trying to get at with your felt snowman hats. Okay, so this is my example right here. This one I made into a cute little ornament. There we go. So it's just a nice little embellishment. All right, so that's what we're going to be making today. All right, and so what we're going to start off with is I really realized that what you really need is 2 circles, and so that's what I mean by kind of like this is just a basis for where you want to start. So I do have general things that I found that are the examples, so I'll show you guys exactly what I used, and it is something that you guys can use too, but you can also take this, like the principles of it, and apply it to pretty much any size snowman hat you want to make, okay? All right, so we started off with a nice big circle. So what you want to make sure is that the circle that you are using, and I mean there's tons of circle things. You could use bowls, you can use I'm using some bottom of paint things, you can use jars, so there's lots of different things you can use to be able to find the right size circle that you're looking for. So what I was actually looking for was I wanted to make a snowman hat for these cement snowmen that I made, or mortar snowmen that I made, okay? And so I wanted to make sure. So what I ended up finding to be able to get this bottom circle is you want to make sure that it's going to be as big as the head that you're working on. If you're going to make it a head, you could just do it a basic ornament. And so this is what I found that was actually a really good size. And like I said, you know, this is something basic that you guys will be able to find, I'm sure, in your craft stash or at your dollar store or whatever, right? So just this basic shape is what I use to get the bottom part of my snowman. All right, so I'm just going to quickly show you guys how we just trace that out, all right? So I'm just going to line it up and make sure that you have a light. This one's a metallic marker, permanent marker, so then I'll be able to see it on the black. Usually I end up using pen on material, but obviously it's not going to show up as well on here. All right, so that's the first shape that I was able to find. All right, and if you're having trouble seeing, make sure you just swipe your comments to the right. Okay, so we got the circle there. All right, and so then of course you want the top circle, right? So we need another middle circle, and if you look at the ratio to the circle, so you're going to try and look for something that will give you a little bit of a brim, but not too much, you know, so it's totally up to you what you're looking for. And I found that the bottom of the larger paint is actually like a perfect size to work with the ribbon. So these are the 2 circle sizes we're using for the brim and for the top of your hat. Okay, so that's kind of what you want to look at, is grab your smaller circle and see how much of a brim you get and see if that's what you want. All right, so that's the size that I'm going to go for, and I'll go ahead. As you can see, I already cut out the first one from here. And I'll show you the other little ones that I made that kind of inspired to do this live today. All right, so I'm just sketching that out again. All right, and we're going to just quickly cut this out. Got our circles. All right. All right, so that's our smaller one. You'll probably want to be a little bit neater about it. I'm trying to be quick for you guys. All right, and so this is where things get a little bit more of decision making of what you want to use your snowman hat for. Okay, so what we're gonna do is because we have this little bit of a knob on here, I thought it'd be nice to be able to set it down a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna show you the other example. Let's see, they're right here. All right, so these are some little table decorations that I made the other day, and the problem is these are, you know, as you can see, they're ornaments, right? And so they had their little tops on them. Let me see if I can quickly give you guys an example. All right, so it had its tops on them, okay? So the problem is the hat needed to go down over top of that. So that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do, that if you guys have something on top, or if you want it to sit like a little bit flatter, then this is a little tip that will help a lot with that, all right? Okay, so what you're gonna do is, once more, this is if you are gonna be putting it on something, okay? So you wanna fold your circle in half, and we're just gonna cut an X in it, okay? So you fold it, cut it once, make sure you're not going too far to the brim, right? You wanna make sure you're not cutting that brim. Okay, so then open it up, there's a slit in it, all right? And then we're gonna fold it the other way, so our slit will be down, down the middle. So that's the other slit, right? Okay, so that's the first one. And so then that's where the slit is now, okay? It's right in there, okay? And we're just gonna cut it again. And so that will make our X, okay? And so that allows it to kind of come through here. Show you guys come through so then it sits better, okay? So that's up to you whether you're gonna have it flat or not, but that is a great way to be able to make it just kind of more versatile for whatever you wanna use it for. Okay, so that's where we're at. We're gonna take this piece and set it aside, our bigger piece. And then what we need is this piece here, and really it's just gonna be a nice strip, okay? So to kind of measure out how far you guys, how much you're gonna need, okay, let me see here. All right, so you want to kind of roll it just to kind of give an idea of how big of a piece you're going to need. Okay, and always do a little bit more. So I got it kind of in there. Let me see if I can get some better lighting. It's in there, y'all. All right, so it's really just to track how much you're going to need, okay? And go ahead and mark about where you're going to need it, okay? All right. Let's see. Oh, it's perfect. Good team. All right, so I just kind of marked where I want it, and then this is where you're going to decide how tall you want this hat to be, okay? So that's totally up to you. This one ended up, I did about 2 inches, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do, I'm going to use just a book. You guys know me. I always use just random things. So where I did my mark, I'm going to put it up about 2 inches. Okay, just to give it, make sure you guys can see. All right, there you go. Just to give it that space, that guidance of where I'm going to cut, how long the wrap needs to be. All right, and then I'm looking, that's about 2 inches. And we're just going to go ahead and draw a line. So I did measure it out. So if you guys are doing the exact same snowman hat that I am doing, it was about 2 inches by about 6.5 inches, okay? All right, so we're just going to quickly cut out our strip there. All right. All right, and so at this point, there's actually more variations of how you can do it. Okay, if you're just going to set it on top of something, then obviously you don't need to have any ribbon or anything for it to be an ornament, right? But if you're doing it as an ornament, I think that now is the best time to add in that ribbon, okay? So I'll kind of show the example, but I'm not going to glue it on because I'm wanting this one for that snowman. Okay, so I'm going to get my piece of ribbon, just kind of do an example amount. So I would do about 7 inches for good measure, so then you have enough to glue down. All right, and then you want to, okay, so that's going to be on the inside. So you want to actually glue it on the outside, okay? So you want to put glue down the one thing, so add the glue. Put down the one ribbon, okay? Then add more glue, and then put down the next. All right? And then what we're going to do, so imagine like I glued it. Like I said, I want this hat to be for the other thing. So we're going to do an example of where we're going to wrap it, okay? All right, so don't go ahead and glue it yet, okay? What you want to make sure is, sorry, I almost lost it. All right, is that it's the right size for the top on it, right? Okay, make sure it's good and straight. There we go. All right, so you want to make sure that that top is going to cover it, right? Okay, so that looks like a good size. So start at the bottom and where you're holding it there. Make sure it's still good and straight. Okay, and then I'm going to take this out, but you would leave that in and just glue the top there. So you'd be gluing on top of the ribbon if you're using the ribbon for making it an ornament. Okay, and we're going to show another way of making it into an ornament too, so that's just one of the options. As you can see, my lines didn't quite add up, so I'm just going to trim up the bottom, so then the bottom's going to be a little bit more flat. There we go. All right, right there. All right, so I think at this point is a really good time if you are going to add a nice little ribbon onto your hat there for the decoration. Right now is a really good time because you can just add it on there. And so there's lots of different ribbons you can use, like a nice lacy one might be cute. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and glue that on because I think that's super cute. All right, so just going to add a little bit there. All right, I'm just going to glue it in a couple places. It doesn't need to be really glued on too hardly because this is for decoration, not necessarily for playing with. Of course, if you have kids around that might be playing with it, then you might want to put a little bit extra glue, right? All right, so just finishing this up. All right, and then I'm just going to cut that. All right, and I believe this lace was just from the dollar store. Okay, and then I'm just going to double check to make sure that this is glued down on the edge, okay? So you don't want it like flapping out because that will kind of ruin the effect. All right, and we're all glued down. Okay, so that's where we're at now. So let's go ahead and add our top on. Okay, so we're just going to add on our top. Make sure that your marker marks are going to be laying down. Okay, and so we're just going to glue right along the edge. And luckily the hot glue sits pretty good on that edge and you can put a decent amount. Just make sure if it's gonna drip or anything that it does so on the inside instead of on the outside. All right, so we're just going to add that on there, kind of guide it a little bit with my fingers on the inside, guiding it to make sure it's getting all around. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's where we're at now. All right. All right, so now we're going to do pretty much the same thing, but on the bottom. And we still got that X in there, so we're going to try and make sure we place it. So make sure, you know, you're looking at the whole thing, so then you're getting it right in the middle. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and glue right on the edge. And I really like having the ribbon and stuff there as well because it gives it a little bit more to grip onto for this gluing. So that's really nice too. All right, so I'm looking right from on top. Make sure my brim is about even on all sides. Just gently pressing down. All right, and there we go. How cute is that? All right, so like I said before, there's lots of different things you can do to decorate your adorable little hat. How cute is that? The other ornament idea that I thought was awesome is that I took the tops off. Well, when I did this, I had to take some of the tops off of a couple of them. And so just taking a regular dollar store ornament, you can just wiggle the top off. Okay. See, it just comes right off, and add some glue into it and glue it right on top. Make sure it's good and solid. And then you can just use an ornament hook, and it's another cute way of doing an ornament. You could also add some pom-poms, some bells, some snowflakes, you know, whatever you guys want, and it will just be adorable. All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this cute little craft. I was so excited to actually try these because I had been wanting to do them for a while. So this was definitely a wonderful opportunity to do it. If you guys have any questions, make sure to go ahead and post them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. If you guys enjoyed this video, you're more than welcome to add me as a friend, or you can follow me here on Facebook. And it's always great if you're able to share the video. I love being able to share the ideas that I have with other people. So it's always nice to get it out there. And I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll talk to y'all soon. All right, bye-bye, you guys.